Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the happy crafty homemaker, and welcome back for another episode of Show and Tell. I have a lot of stuff to show y'all this week. Should be fairly quick, should be fairly painless, but a lot of little things to go over here. And of course, as soon as he hears my voice, Pippin comes running up here and starts trying to chew on project bags. So, I placed another order with Christy Cook and got another maker bag from her. And, I've already discussed my obsession with Christy's bags. I don't know what she does to the inside. She probably doesn't do anything. She just uses good twill tape for her ties. So, I think I need to get with Christy and see where she buys her tape. But it's got a loop for you to hang stuff on the inside. Lots and lots of pocket spots on the inside. Super excited. Super excited. I took the 2 half balls left over from doing my pink socks, and I started a sock head beanie with those, and that's what's going to be living in this rather quickly. I also actually won a thing, you guys. I almost never win anything. I can't say never. I did win Carla's 200 subscriber giveaway. One of Carla's last giveaways over at Crochet CJ. But I was participating in the Spread the Warmth Mal from Hannah over at the Cozy Cottage Crochet. And get everything pulled out here so I don't have to crinkle away. But I got 2, I missed a label, balls of the Stallcraft Cozy Chunky. You see the sparkles in that. And I do like the grays because it goes with my most oft-worn color, which is black. Once again, finding plus-size clothes in colors is a lot harder than you would think. Also, there's this Manos del Uruguay silk blend. And I can't actually, from the label, tell you what all's in it, except for the 30% silk, because the seller put their UPC code over the yarn content information. And I'm not familiar with this off the top of my head. And then I also got a little tea bag. So, set that there so I remember to take it away. I also got a package from Becky over at Funny Farm Crochet yesterday. And I just about died laughing when I saw that she was recycling her Premier Mystery bags to send things out. That's the kind of thing I'd do. So she got me a hank of Lolo Did It, which is absolutely gorgeous. And the name of this one is Ring of Carrie, which is hilarious. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but it's so pretty and so soft. And I love the brightness of that green. Some of y'all will be aware of the fact that I kind of have a wee bit of an obsession with Leading Men Fiber Arts, and Lolo Did It. I also got one of her dad's hooks. This one's in the size G. And one of the things, I know a lot of people have gotten these and commented on how comfortable they are to use. So I've been practicing using the pencil grip wall crocheting, and this would also be great. I mean, I'm an overhand, I'm a knife hole kind of gal, and that's very comfortable too, but this would be amazing if you use the pencil grip. And the way I keep pulling it further and further out of the camera, the way the neck on this tapers, it would give you a really nice place to put your thumb and let your thumb naturally curve in on it, instead of, like, I know a lot of people don't like the Amore hooks when they do that because it's just not right for your thumb if you use the pencil grip. And she also sent me some stitch markers, which I didn't see at first. She was kind of worried. But she gave me a, Lord have mercy, a Bless your heart. Marker. I got a wee Mary doll, or wee Irish Mary stitch marker. I got a chickens. But most importantly, one of my favorite barnyard animals is goats. So I got a little Jessie. I know, I'm such a dork, but they're adorable. Thank you, Becky. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but thank you. And I love the fact that the hook matches the yarn. Kind of a dork like that. Just saying. Kind of a dork like that. So this needs to go with my yarn that needs to be put away still. So Project Whip Wall is still going strong. The project I'm working on right now that's from that is the Kelsey shawl. I did one whole color of the mandala cake into it the last night and this morning. So hopefully I'll have that done for next week's, and I can move on to, I don't know. I've got 3 more projects left in Project Whip, or 4 more projects left in Project Whip Wall. I have my frost shawl, the purple cowl, the black and red shawl, and my mint green blanket. So that's all that's left, because I left my sock blockers across the room too. But guess who finished their red socks that they started November 15th? This girl. So they were a shade too small for my husband. They're a shade too big for me. So I'm probably going to soak them in slightly warmer water and see if the wool will shrink just a little bit. It is a superwash wool, but sometimes you can get just that little bit of shrinkage out of them. I had started these with Magic Loop, and while I like the 2 at the time Magic Loop, there is a huge advantage to not getting second sock syndrome and stuff from it. My gauge is really, really loose, apparently, compared to the 9-inch circulars. So I wanted to be able to take these on the road. I don't know if it's really, well, you can kind of tell where this is a little bit looser and this is a little bit tighter down here. There's the line where I switched. So I do get a much tighter gauge using the 9-inch circulars, which for socks would be another benefit to using a 9-inch circular for me. It's still pretty hard on my hands. I still have very mixed feelings on it, but like I said, I'm starting to see more and more the pros to using it. But there we go. We've got, my husband's outside mowing the front yard right now. So my screen keeps popping up that there's motion at my front door, and it's like, nah, really? The gray socks that I'm working on is part of my cowl with Jackie over at Jackie's Crochet Corner. No. Jackie's Crochet. Okay, Jackie, I am really sorry. I am totally brain dumping this morning on your channel's name. Her channel will be linked down below. But I'm doing I'm helping them learn how to think about socks and how to look at the sections of socks. So there's Jackie, there's Mary from Mary's Crochet Chit Chat, and Melanie from Stitch to My Lou. They're the ones who are really learning as part of this experiment. We're doing the Chroma Cushy socks, or Cushy Chroma socks. Link will be down below. So we're doing that as the pattern, but we're using 2 circular needles, not the DPNs that the pattern is written for. If you want to do DPN socks, I highly recommend that as a first pair of socks. It is incredibly well written for how to do it, and it's very, if you're using DPNs, it is very self-explanatory. You might want to look at videos of you know, how to pick up your gusset stitches so you don't get like the stretched expanded stitch or something like that. But as far as seeing where your needles are supposed to go, what stitches you're supposed to do, if you're familiar with sock making, you know, doing the extra stitch to prevent getting a hole things like that are already written into the pattern. So it's a very, very well written pattern. It's a very well thought out pattern, and it's a great beginner sock pattern. So, but it is written for DPNs. So the other thing I worked on this weekend, aside from finally finishing weaving in the ends on my giant basket that I keep downstairs for my FOs, I made a bunch of dishcloth things. And I'm going to be circling back to both of these yarns. This is the Red Heart Creme de la Creme. This is the Weeding Room dishcloth. I do not know the name of this off the top of my head, but I will leave a link for it. This is a not overly used pattern, actually. And this I also will leave a link for. I forgot to purl certain stitches, so I do kind of have a janky edge in a couple spots. But this is Scrubby Smoothie. And these are both distinctly different. The Red Heart Creme de la Creme and the Red Heart Scrubby Smoothie from other, what I call kitchen cotton or dishcloth cottons. The Creme de la Creme is a brushed cotton, which is really nice. It makes it feel a lot smoother in the hand. I'm not sure what the deal is with Scrubby Smoothie. I'm going to have to look into it a little bit, but while it's still too heavy for a garment, I wouldn't use this for any type of clothing or anything. It's a lot like the old Langen brand kitchen cotton, the blind kitchen cotton, where it had that super soft, almost silky. I mean, you see the amount of stretch that the yarn still has, even beyond. This is a stretchier pattern. I mean, it's got a lot of dimension to the yarn itself. Incredibly smooth, y'all. I was very surprised that both of these have been very nice to work with. So, but I've got 3 dishcloths and a little scrubber. Obviously this is the center of this dishcloth, but that'll be a great little get in there kind of scrubby thing to have. And that's all my finished objects, y'all. Like I said, like, it's pretty quick today. I've been working on the Kelsey shawl the last couple days. I did go to cast on another pair of the OMG heel socks, and I was going to do toe up. I used the Turkish cast on. Everything was going great. Got my increasing in, and for some reason I somehow miscounted and was off by 8 stitches. And I'd already transferred them over to my 9-inch circular at that point, and I just made a mess. So I had to frog my whole toe of my next pair of socks. But I am going to do a toe-up pair of the OMG heel socks, and then I'm planning on doing a textured sock. I'm thinking about doing like the Hermione Everyday socks just for something a little bit different. Yeah, it's been... I'm looking at all my yarn thinking, I want to play, I want to do more. And it's like, but I already have 4 projects over here I still need to work on. But yeah, so I'll finish my gray socks hopefully this week. Everybody's through the gusset, we did the gusset decrease class yesterday. So hopefully the gray socks will be done next week, and hopefully I'll have the Kelsey shawl done next week. I'm now 5 blocks behind on my unraveled mitten cowl, and I've made no more progress on the Jade and Stitches cowl. So I am running a little bit behind on my cowls, mostly because I've just been overwhelmed with everything else. I've got a lot going on, and yeah. And one project I thought I'd finally be able to share with you, at least in picture form, still has not been received. So hopefully next week I can show you what that potato looking project is. Yeah, I mean, it's so weird to sit down and film like my week recap and it be so short. I did have one other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about though. And that is changes I'm noticing in the yarn community as a whole. I know I'm not the only one who's in the past looked at a lot of like amigurumi patterns or shawl patterns from yarn companies and kind of been like, they've been very mediocrely written, or one of the projects I did, I'm used to, like, if you get the free pattern, like, you've got stacked increases and decreases, so you get these weird ridges and lines and things. I'm noticing that not only are they stepping up their game when it comes to the acrylic yarns, they're stepping up their game on their free patterns too. So don't discount people like Yarnspirations and Red Heart as being a source for quality patterns. You might need to read through a pattern or really look at the finished objects that other people have made from those patterns. But I noticed it a while back with Red Heart. They were working with a lot more independent designers to build a quality portfolio of patterns that range from beginners to advanced that are interesting. And while they may be doing things that are unexpected, they create a much finer, more delicate, or more professional looking final product. So I did kind of want to mention that. I've noticed it with a couple of the patterns that I've done here recently, that a lot of these companies really are trying to be competitive with the independent yarn world, which is one of the reasons I think we're starting to see an increase in the cost of certain yarns. I know everybody was not very pleased with my opinion on the Karen Pantone yarns when it came out, but they're at least trying something different with their product, and they are, as far as the greater yarn community, they're not competitive. It's an unexpected price to pay at a big box store, though, because we're so used to things being like our favorite, Super Saver for $2.33 or with Love for $3.75. These higher prices, though, seem to be fairly universal in the more interesting fibers. And not only are they trying to do more interesting things and produce more interesting products for us to create with, they also appear to be upping the game when it comes to their pattern writing and pattern designing and the things that they are incorporating with their new product lines. So just something to kind of observe and be aware of as you're shopping for yarn and shopping in the going through Ravelry and looking at patterns or pulling patterns from the websites for the sorry about that. So like I said, my husband is outside mowing, and periodically he has been pocket dialing me. So I'm about to have to go outside and ask him to move his phone because I'm not sure why it keeps dialing me. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that as something to be aware of as you're, like, if you buy a yarn and you don't know what to do with it, searching some of these other pattern sources that we normally kind of take for granted might not be a bad idea. Like I said, the Premier cap that I did with the gradient pack, it was very clever in the way it hid the joins between the two colors. So kind of keep an eye on this. I think it's something that is evolving and changing, and it's happening fairly quickly. We're not really overly aware of it pattern by pattern, item by item. So it's just something to be aware of in our community. That the big box lines are trying to be more competitive and giving us more quality items to work with, even though they cannot produce them for the same price that they do their bargain products with. So, other than that, I really don't have anything to say. I mean, I've gotten a lot done. I've been very busy. I've had my hands on a lot of different things once again. So I did want to say, you know, once again, Christy Cook over at Tea Doddles makes some amazing bags. She is running a sale on some items right now on her Etsy store, which will be linked down below. I will also have her YouTube channel linked down below. Once again, thank you so much for my prizes, Becky. Hannah, thank you so much for the literal prize that I won from your Spread the Warmth mal. I can't wait to see what your next mal is. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Take care.